All right. All right, everybody. I'm in my lounging attire. Can you see me? Can you see me? Hello, are you gonna look in there and see if you can see me? Can you see me?
You're from the nose down.
Ah, there, how's that? Can you see me now?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So, I'm making fire cider. Can you see that?
Uh-huh.
Fire cider. Everyone's favorite winter blues remedy. I'm gonna walk y'all through it, and then I'm gonna tell you what to do with it. Excuse me. So, anyways, the first thing I have to do is place onions in a jar. And it's a quart jar because when I'm done, this is going to make 2 cups. Okay, it's going to yield 2 cups. So, I need, here's an onion. And I'm going to, because this, huh?
That's 11.
Did I say onion? Welcome to my world. Here's an onion. I'm sorry. Here's an onion. There's an onion. You need lemons too, but place the onions.
Why your lemonade tastes so hot?
What?
That's why your lemonade tastes so odd.
Yeah, whatever, Rob. Hardy, har. You're a Laurel and Hardy today, honey. Okay, whatever. So, place onions, horseradish, garlic, herbs, spices, and lemon in a 1-quart jar. So, let's get a cutting board that we don't have. Okay, let's get another cutting board that I do have. There's other things on. A cutting board on a cutting board because I don't like to use a wooden cutting board to cut onions on. So, I need 1 cup of minced yellow or brown onions. So, alright, here's my cutting tool. Cut it in half. This is going to take a while, so I hope you don't mind watching. Probably at least a good 10 minutes, I would say, watching me do this, unless I hurry up. So, a fire cider is a remedy you would use. You would make it yearly, so it'd be fresh every year. It's a remedy you would use for keeping yourself free of colds and the flu. Now, who doesn't want to be free from colds and the flu? Someone who's had colds and flu before, and they know how horrible it is to have those. They just, it's quite a setback for some people. So, let's see, I need 1 cup of this. 1 cup of minced yellow onion. Make sure you wear your glasses, people, when you cut this onion up. And my husband would probably use gloves, because he's the smart one. So, I can already feel it squirting. It's terrible. I have glasses on, and I can still feel it attacking me under the glasses. I'm being attacked by onion. Oh gosh, I just don't do this. Ooh. Alright. So a cup of it, huh? Alright. Here's a cup. Here's the onion. Scoop her in there. Oh. Look at that. A half an onion is more than a cup. So, oh goodness gracious, I'm already crying. So we'll set this aside because we don't need that. We already got our cup. And if a piece fell on the floor, Rob, make sure Dodger don't eat that. but if he decides to eat that, then I guess he'll have to. Horseradish, 1/2 cup grated. So that means I gotta get my grater. Now that stuff doesn't make you cry, does it, Ron? I've never cut a horseradish before.
You don't have a horseradish to cut.
Just, oh, that's right. Okay, I bought this fresh ground horseradish because I could not find an actual root. I could not find a root. And in here it says it has, it's coarse cut, and there's distilled vinegar in here. And what we're going to do is we're going to be putting apple cider vinegar in our product. So I thought, I was hoping it didn't matter that I did this. Oof, ooh, that's aromatic. So I'm going to guess that this will take about a half of this jar, even though the jar is 8 ounces. It says I need a 1/2 cup, so here we go. Let's scoop out 1/2 jar. Ooh. And what I'm going to do probably is double this recipe later. Do another. So, this is about a 1/2 cup. That goes in here. I'm having a hard time clearing my throat, honey. It's probably going to annoy the heck out of somebody. Alright, so here we got the onion and the horseradish, okay? So, next is the garlic. 1/2 cup of minced garlic. So, it says about 15 cloves. So here's the garlic. Here's the garlic. And I'm wondering if it wouldn't take this whole thing. Let's see, now that is about 3 cloves. I'll just do it according to measurement. So I need a 1/2 cup. I'm trying to swipe the paper off of this. So anyways, what you would use this fire cider for is, how you would use it, you would have a spoonful each day to keep from getting colds and the flu. That's what it's for. Now, if you have acute congestion or a sore throat, believe it or not, a sore throat, you can use a spoonful every hour. That's attacking it at a at an intensity, that you have the actual sickness. So if you can't handle a spoonful every hour, you just take as much as, take up to what you can, up to a spoonful every hour. And if you can't do it every hour, you're just going to have to not do it at all because this isn't for you, or you'll have to tweak it the best you can, and that's what it's all. That's part of what doing a folk remedy is all about. Is working it the best you can according to your ability, and if it's just not working for you, or you're not able to handle it or whatever, just don't do it. There's other things to do. This isn't the only thing, and it is not the only thing that you can do. This is one thing you can do. So keep that in mind too. Okay, so I'm getting my garlic here. See that? Big chunks. So I think that I might be able to do this myself, even though I'm not very, interested in having something this hot, spicy, because it'll be hot and spicy, trust me. And I don't know that from experience, I know that from knowing what the ingredients are. And what I've been told by people who've had it. But people swear by this stuff works. So I am going to try it. And I'm going to feed it to my husband. Are you excited to try this, honey? You are. So am I, yes. So, after the garlic is, what, half a cup of minced. So I make this small. I'm just going to chop it up the best I can without taking too much time. Rob, I'm on tape. So I wanted to show you a step-by-step video on how to do this, because some people, like me, like to have a step-by-step instruction video, not just showing you the ingredients and that they go inside of a jar. They want to see someone actually doing it. Let's see. I need another cutting board. I'm going to have to just push these off. Okay. I don't like to put spicy things and things that might have a tendency to smell stay on my wooden cutting board. So I have other cutting boards. So I'm, as you can hear it, I'm making chopping type sounds for this garlic. Let's see if you can see me doing that. Yeah, you can. This is how holding the knife down and then creating a rocking motion will do this quicker. See how it's impossible for you to cut yourself this way, but you're kind of moving it around. The food is sometimes falling off, but you work with it. You're human. You are made in God's image, and you have capabilities given by God to learn and do things like this and still survive. Isn't that something? I think it's something. I'm going to put this little video on my YouTube channel, and that's why, I'm thinking that this is good enough. What do you think? So I'm going to put this, I could just put this in there and just say, well, phooey on really measuring it, but I'm going to measure it anyways, because, I don't know, at least I'll get an idea that I'm close to the recipe and what it calls for. There's really no point in having a recipe unless I'm going to follow it, right? So that's only half of what I need. Goodness gracious. I'll be here all day. So what I'm going to do is make a mental note to chop more of that later, because I don't want to take up too much of your time. So I'm going to put it in there. And it says minced, and this could be minced more, but like I said, I'll do some more after the video and top it off. just for the sake of time. So, oh, now I'm getting hot. After that is herbs. So ginger is 1/4 of a cup of grated fresh ginger. So this is ginger, and it says 1/4 of a cup grated. So here's my grater, and 1/4 of a cup, I'm going to guess, might be about this much. That's my guess. I got to cover up this horseradish. I had the lid here. Let's cover that up and put it in the fridge right away. So I'm going to grate up this I'm going to grate it up. I'm not going to peel it because, let me tell you, oh gosh, that smells good. I love ginger. I didn't always love ginger. I grew to love ginger. And over the course of, a couple years, I grew to love ginger because my husband loves ginger. And so he'd have ginger candy. One year, because he loved ginger candy so, those ginger chews you can get at the health food store? I went online and I found a company that sold that in bulk. It just, how you go on a search and one thing leads to another. I didn't know what I was really going to get into, but so I bought 5 pounds of that candy and I gave it to my husband for Father's Day. Wasn't that nice of me? I ate half of it. Well, anyways, you eat that ginger candy and you'll get a taste for ginger, that's for sure, and that's what happened to me. So now I'm not adverse to ginger like I used to be. So, but I think personally, based on my own experience, I think what happens is that when you start eating foods that you're not used to, but are good for you, and just kind of do a little bit at a time, over the course of time, your body will begin to want it. Mine did. So here's the grated ginger. And it says 1/4 of a cup. Well, guess what? This is a whole lot more than 1/4 of a cup. So I'm going to take a little bowl and I'm going to put the excess in here because, like I said before, I'm going to double this recipe anyways. So here's a 1/4 cup. 1/4 of a cup. It's going right in here. In with my fire cider mixture. So anyways, what I was attempting to say before, the reason why it probably doesn't matter, some people would eat ginger, the outer skin of the ginger, but I don't have a tendency to do that. But you're not going to be eating these ingredients. We're going to be infusing the properties of these ingredients in apple cider vinegar, okay? Believe it or not, this recipe also calls for honey, to help. I don't know what for. I could guess. So, okay. So now we have a 1/2 teaspoon of cayenne, and I'm surprised it's only a 1/2 teaspoon. So here's some cayenne pepper, and it only calls for 1/2 teaspoon. Alright, it says or to taste, so I'm assuming that, and to taste. There is no way I'm going to be tasting this unless, after it's all said and done, I taste it and decide that it needs to be hotter. So I'm with you. This is the first time I've done this. And there, see, 1/2 teaspoon. Now it says, let's see, garlic, ginger, cayenne. Now it's calling for 2 tablespoons of dried thyme. Now I got some organic thyme. I think I got it at Sam's Club because it says Members Mark on it. And Members Mark is a product or a company that sells to Sam's Club. Either that or something. So anyways, I have 2 tablespoons of it, huh? 2 tablespoons of dried thyme. Alright, now if you have thyme, I don't mean that. If you have this herb that you grow it, I would think it'd even be better. Because anything fresh is always better. Isn't that what somebody says that? There's some kind of slogan, fresh is the best. Or is that something someone's mother said once? Back in the day when people were making everything from scratch and homemade, and all of a sudden all these companies are coming out with different foods and stuff, and now all of a sudden, you know, there's that competition with other companies from Grandma's Homemade. Well, guess what? Maybe a grandmother said fresh is best, fresh is best, or homemade is best, because it is. So nobody's gonna say that's not true. All right, 2 teaspoons of whole peppercorns. So I've got whole peppercorns, and it says I gotta move this. 2 teaspoons. So we're back at that. 2 teaspoons. So that's 1, 2, and 1 fell, and it's going in there. Let's see. Now a half of an organic lemon. The thing that I said earlier was a onion. Don't believe that. It's not. This is a lemon. So, and it's organic, meaning it doesn't have excess, the way it was grown does not have excess chemicals. When I say excess, I shouldn't say excess chemicals. I don't really know what that means. I didn't look up the meaning of that, but let me put it this way. It's going to be better than non-organic. How's that? So I'm going to cut it in half. Boy, you think this knife would slice it right through. What's wrong with this knife? I need a different knife. So it says 1/2 of an organic lemon, thinly sliced into rounds. So, oh goodness, it smells yummy. So I'm going to thinly slice this, and I got a better knife, meaning a sharper one. So that's a slice. See that? Put that in there. I'm just going to shove it in there any old way. If a person really wanted to get fancy, they could layer this. What do you think of that? I'm thinking about even chopping this lemon up, because if I'm going to shake this, because eventually it does say to shake the jar over the course of 2 to 3 weeks. This is gonna infuse. Oops, I don't want to do that. That's got hot stuff on my hands. It's gonna infuse over the course of 2 to 3 weeks, and I'm gonna say the reason why it says 2 to 3 weeks, because it's obvious that if it's 3 weeks, it's gonna be stronger than 2 weeks. And maybe you don't want a super strong fire cider. Maybe you've tried it and you thought, there's no way I'm going to ever eat that. I'm not going to drink that, forget it. But you still want to do it because you're a trooper, So maybe you'd want to only do it for 2 weeks. And it'll be the same but not as strong. See the end there? I'm just going to stick it right there. Alright. Now it says 2 2/3 cups of raw unfiltered apple cider vinegar. That's this. It has the mother in it. So I'm going to kind of give it a shake. And then I'm going to pour it and measure it. 2 cups. That's 1 cup. 2 2/3. So that's 1 cup. So that's going in. Can you see that? So that's 1. Make sure you shake up your vinegar because when you got the mother in there, she just kind of hangs out at the bottom. So that's 2. See how see, I can't even pour that all in there, so I'm gonna have to stir this around. So I'm gonna get a knife and I'm gonna kind of stir it around a little bit here. I don't see how I'm gonna be able to get it all in there, but it says that I will. Someone's done this many times and they said it's gonna work, so I have to believe. Actually, that's great because I'm not going to be able to get the 2/3 cup in there. There's no way. I'm lucky to get the rest of this 2 cups in there. That's it. It's all the way to the top, gentlemen and ladies. Oh my gosh. How am I supposed to get 2/3 more cup in here, Rob? It says 2 2/3 of a cup of apple cider vinegar, and that's already to the top with stirring.
Get a bigger jar.
It says to use a quart jar.
Get another one.
No. I'm just going to leave it like that.
Oh, I need a bigger jar.
Well, Rob, the next step up is, well, I don't have a bigger jar unless I get a half a gallon.
Get 2 jars.
Rob, stop being so logical. Now I'm going to cover this up. Oh, there's not even any room in there for the honey.
So you need another jar?
Oh. Why would they tell me to do it this way if it's supposed to work? Well, anyways, that's how it's done. And if you have the same problem, then you can do what my husband suggests. He said to divide it in 2 jars, which I guess I'm going to have to do, but it's not going to be pretty.
Just pour it into a bowl.
Pour it in a bowl.
Mix all your ingredients up and pour it up in 2 jars.
I'm good. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to do that. Here's a lid. But I'm going to do that. I'm going to do just that.
Okay, do just that.
I'm going to do what you said. Here's a bowl. And I'm going to pour it in a bowl. Just like that. It's beautiful. And I'm going to finish pouring in the rest of the... I still have to put more garlic in here too. I'm going to finish pouring in the rest of the cider vinegar. You know what? How did somebody else get their stuff in here? That's what I'd like to know. How'd they get it all in there?
You gotta squeeze it.
Squeeze it. Maybe my pieces were too big. Isn't that still like taking up volume anyways? Well, anyways. That's the jar that's going to go in eventually. And here's another jar. So, I'll have to make sure to divide that lemon up between the 2 jars. Okay. I need 2/3 of a cup left here of the apple cider vinegar. 2/3 right there. Give or take a dribble. Add a little dribble for good measure. Pour in there. Now it says 1/4 of a cup of raw honey or more to taste. Well, I I got raw honey. But if I wanted to put raw honey in here to taste, that'd be a whole lot more than a fourth of a cup. But I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna put in.
You really want to taste that?
No, I don't want to taste that. I can see you're drooling. Why don't you have some? Alright, so fourth of a cup. I'm going to pour some of this honey out. See, I get it in bulk. That's why it looks like this. But if I just pour some out, I'll get the, because it's crystallized some. I'm just going to eye it, okay, because I just don't feel like putting it in a cup first. This is going to take a, well, it won't. I'll just hurry up. So maybe about 4 of these scoops ought to be, actually, you want to know the truth, 3 tablespoons is a fourth of a cup. So, but I'm not getting full tablespoons here when I grab it. So that first one, or the second one was. Alright, now this isn't going to stir off the spoon because the stuff is cold. Honey only lets go of the spoon with pressure or with a hot temperature. That much I know. So there you have it, folks. Fire cider. Just like Grandma used to make. Tell you, I don't know if she actually made it. Alright, I gotta pour some of this in here so I can show you the final product. Oh, here it is. This is, the people who do canning know what that is. Okay, I got enough onion, lemons in there. Alright, there's some left over, like my husband said I'm going to put that in another jar. But there you have it, people. Now, this is the fire cider that you're going to it's to wipe the top so there's nothing in the way of the seal. You're not going to seal it, but it's enough of a seal so when you shake it, it won't spill. So every day or so you would shake it. Once a day. Then after about, oh, I don't know. It's very forgiving. You don't have to shake it every day for 3 weeks. But just shake it once a day if you can. And after the 3rd week, you would strain this out into something like this, I suppose. Here's another, something I was doing earlier. But another bowl with a nut milk cloth or cheesecloth, and then you strain it through and you'll have your pure liquid, and you can refrigerate it and use it within a year. And I told you how to use it, so there you go.